When we survey our She Births couples after birth and find out from them what they found most useful, massage comes up as the #1 outer resource. So it's that key for support people to be able to help mums override the sensations underneath. Because every time you support mum, even just by holding hands, but with massage, of course, there's skin on skin. So with that skin on skin, we're going to increase oxytocin, and oxytocin is going to allow her to feel calmer. Oxytocin is going to allow the contractions and labor to progress and move faster. And we're also, via that skin on skin and that loving connection, we're going to increase endorphins. Alongside her breathing techniques, we're going to help the opiates and natural pain relief substances in her bloodstream. Even I believe with massage, there's such a power of the hands of the support person. There's even an ability to give energy to mums, to give them that strength. And you hear that in some of the stories of how much they feel like their partner was so much part of the team, you know, and helping them get through. It's so critical in that, in being able to enjoy it and let go, and also working sometimes in second stage as well. So with the massage, we interrupt pain perception greatly. And if we can combine it with other elements, which I'll tell you about, heat, hot nappies, showers, movement, fit balls, all these things, when you combine it, it becomes even more powerful. There's been lots of research done into massage and how it helps women during labor. And it's also been found that continuous labor support decreases the use of epidurals. So it's about consistency, it's about having good support, and it's about knowing what techniques to apply when. So we're going to look at the massage techniques that are best during a contraction, and then we're going to look at the massage techniques that will really help if we employ them between contractions, because they're going to foster more endorphins, more bliss chemistry as she goes forwards. So grab all the bits that you need, some mats, fit balls, bolsters if your wrists are getting sore, and we'll go through those techniques together. All right, so let's get stuck into massage, which is like the #1 support for a woman in labor, which we know. This one has been named by She Birth's dad. It's called Happy Paws, all right? So we're gonna walk our hands all over mum's sacrum and hips as though we were a really happy pussycat that's just found our favorite place. And then we're going to even walk down the thighs and flush out any lactic acids. And then give your partner feedback about how that feels. So what's really key is being comfortable in your own body as you give the massage. So bending the knees, leaning forwards. And then sometimes in labor, all mum really wants, so you might have to do this in between contractions, but all she might want is just like really firm pressure in the sacrum. So sometimes it's 2 hands, or sometimes it's even just like 1 hand on top of the other and pressing into her lower back. Just counteracting that intensity is really good. Beautiful. And then the other fantastic one during contractions is the bilateral hip squeeze. We follow the crease of mum's hips, and sort of where the crease in her yoga pants or tights might begin, come back in a couple of inches and just press into that space. Is that the right spot? Yep. So we find it with our thumbs. So it's not the hips, it's not the sacrum, it's sort of the glutes and piriformis where the reproductive nerves run through, and we push into that, and then once you've got that, you press in with the heels of your hands. So I'm down nice and low to get in there. Yeah, more in that spot there. Perfect. Push, squeeze. Now hold that. Imagine you're holding it for a contraction, and my favorite technique is if you had a hot nappy over the back of there as well. You'd have total relief from the sensations, and you're employing your blissful belly breaths. Everything is able to release and to soften. Caterpillar is kind of cross between massage and acupressure. And what we're doing for this one is I'm starting at the top of the pelvis. You can be kneeling or standing. And I'm going to let my thumbs go down either side of the spine and really slowly just kind of caterpillar down, one after the other, pressing into the back but either side of the vertebrae. Now there'll be a point when baby's head is engaged that feels particularly good for mum. That's the spot. Now sometimes it's higher or lower, and then in labour you'll notice that spot gets lower and lower as the baby's head descends. And also this point helps to induce labour, it's a pain relief point, and it's massage as well. There's one more beautiful technique that we utilise in between contractions, which requires mum coming up, and we'll put mum onto a fit ball. And what we're going to do is come around and have a little look. I'm going to use the backs of my fingertips to start down here. And nice and low, and then coming up and down. And then back to the sacrum, come up a little higher, and then come down. How does that feel? It's so good. So it's really soft. We don't start doing crazy stuff like this because she's going to turn around and slap you. We just go up a little higher and then down. And the sides of the body are really goose pimply. And you go all the way up and all the way down. So you keep doing that, and when you get to the top, you just come down and you start again. Now if you're very, very talented, when you get to the top, you could do a crisscross. And then you start again. So this is how we practice, but you know, in labour, you might be leaning forwards and your partner might just like do a few tickles, or their arm, like they could be leaning onto partner. There's lots of ways to adapt things, you know, but this is how we practice now for pregnancy. So give that a try. And this is going to help build those natural opiates. And it's going to help mum's belly soften, because as her back relaxes, all of her fascia just softens. Now just give your partner a bit of a cue. Do you want it harder, softer, slower, faster? Build those endorphins, those natural opiates, back to the sacrum, up a little higher, and then down and tickling all the way back down.